Hello and welcome to Theme Park Academy. I am tour guide Barbie and today's lesson is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Where should you spend your money? The complete Wizarding World is actually in 2 parks, which means you have to pay 2 park admissions. That's how they get you. And maybe you don't want to do that, which I completely understand. So we're going to show you what they have in each location and do a bit of a comparison and then let you decide where you think you should spend your money, and we'll tell you which one we think is better as well. We are starting with Hogsmeade. Hogsmeade is the part that is located in Islands of Adventure, and the first thing we're going to cover in Hogsmeade are all of the rides. There are 3 rides over here in Hogsmeade, and we'll start with the biggest, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. It just rolls off the tongue. This is a thrill ride. It is a roller coaster. No going upside down, but lots of things like going backwards and a drop and all kinds of stuff. You'll see for yourself. This one has a big weight though, and has made the traffic over on this side of the park exponentially greater. But it's a cool ride. If you want to go on it, you got to come over here and do this first, or you're going to be waiting a very long time. The second ride here in Hogsmeade is the Flight of the Hippogriff. This used to be the Flying Unicorn back when this was all part of Lost Continent, and it has now been rethemed for Harry Potter. It's still a children's roller coaster. It's a cute ride. It's a very short ride. I compare this to the Barnstormer at the Magic Kingdom. It tends to have a long wait. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's worth it, but it does have express pass available. Over here in Hogsmeade is Harry Potter's Forbidden Journey. I love this ride. This is a simulator ride, kind of like Spider-Man, but to the next level. It combines being a simulator with being on a track and being like a classic dark ride. There's a dragon at one point, there are Dementors that pop up, but it's a great ride. I love it. Going through the wait is awesome because you go through Hogwarts Castle, which is probably my favorite part of the ride.
When was the last time your house won the Quidditch Cup, Salazar?
On to the merchandise. The biggest shop is Filch's Emporium, which is located at the end of the Forbidden Journey. You exit into the shop, of course, or you can walk around and just go through the entrance right here. This probably has the biggest selection of anything in the whole Hogsmeade area, but because it's where the ride is exiting, it is very, very crowded. So it can be a bit hard to work your way through there. Personally, I feel like most of the things you can find in here, you could also find at the bigger store at the front of the park, and I'd rather go there. Sun activated, what does that even mean? Oh, it must have the Marauders map on it in the sun. That's pretty cool. It's almost worth buying it just to see that happen. Neat. They have all the outfits from the dance. I love these. The next merchandise location is the Owl Post. This is where you can go to get wands connected to the end of Ollivander, so you can wait for the Ollivander's experience and watch the little show that they have in there.
That's the perfect fit for you. You must be quite creative to be chosen by a birch wand. That's perfect for spells of healing, as well as purification.
and then go through to Outpost, or you can come straight in here. But it is very crowded. You're fine. So be aware. Super, super confined space in here. If you are claustrophobic at all, probably not something you want to do. A little book monster. Look, Harry Potter level loungefly. Danielle Nicole. I can get on board with this one. This is cute. They do have Harry Potter loungeflies. I just haven't gotten around to purchasing one yet. The most important merchandise location is, of course, Honeydukes, where you can get your every flavor beans and your chocolate frogs. Don't let them get away. And pumpkin cakes. And we just got a cauldron cake. Look at this. Hi. Could I get a cauldron cake, please? You too. It comes with a silicone cauldron that you can actually reuse and make cake from at home. So as far as souvenirs go, this one is pretty awesome and delicious. 60% of the time, it's buttercream all the time. There are a few shows that happen here in Hogsmeade. You've got this little stage set up over here. You've got the Frog Choir. They come out and they sing some medleys. And then you have the Bobatons and Durmstrangs who do like gymnastic stuff and they dance. I love watching the Bobatons. I've had several friends that were Bobatons, as well as the Frog Choir. I love listening to them. Only thing I don't love about this area is it's completely uncovered, so you're at the mercy of the weather. So you could be standing in super bright sun, or it could be raining, which of course will affect the show time. So they're cool to watch. Fortunately, they're short.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
Fun?
So much fun.
Certainly hope so. Helping to show the muggles around, I imagine, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Very good, wonderful. You join us right here.
Here? Do I stand like them or like them?
However you like.
The restaurant here is the Three Broomsticks. It has traditional American food as well as some British food like shepherd's pie and pasties, but then there's also fish and chips. No, that's British too. What am I saying? And there's this huge feast for four that has all kinds of crazy stuff on it. One thing I absolutely love about all of the wizarding world is the amazing attention they pay to detail. Don't forget, anytime you're in any location, doesn't matter where it is, make sure you always look up because the detail goes floor to ceiling. They have quite a few places in this side where you can get the necessary Butterbeer. They've got 2 carts. They have the Three Broomsticks restaurant, and then they also have the Hogshead bar. The fastest place is definitely inside the Hogshead. These lines can back up a lot and again add to the congestion inside Hogsmeade. And probably the most important part the bar. They've got Hogshead, which can be a really quick shortcut, like I mentioned, to get Butterbeer. It's a very good place to get away from the sun. It's air conditioned, it's really nice in there, and the service is usually pretty fast. Diagon Alley. This side is in Universal Studios, Florida. It has one ride, several shops, leaky cauldron, lots of great things to see here. The Leaky Cauldron has a really similar setup to the Three Broomsticks, but at the Leaky Cauldron, the menu is entirely British. Between the two, I kind of like the Leaky Cauldron a little better. I tend to go there more, even though I really like the setup of both. I will say we just got the Lamb's Guinness stew, and for $15, there is like this much stew in it. So come on, man. But usually the portions in there are very decent. Overall, usually have a very good experience there. I got a kids fish and chips because I'm keeping it classy. One of the bar locations here is the Hopping Pot. This one tends to not be super busy, so usually if I really want a Butterbeer or another kind of beer, maybe that's the one I like to go to, although it does not have a covered area, so if it's raining or if it's really hot and sunny, maybe this is not the best place to sit down, but as far as service, it's usually really fast. Little known secret, the ice cream parlor in here has Butterbeer ice cream. This is my absolute favorite way to ingest Butterbeer. You can only get it though in a souvenir cup or a waffle cone. So if you just want like a small thing, no, that's not happening, but it's really, really good. One more place in here where you can get Butterbeer and a regular beer. It's the Fountain of Fair Fortune next to the ice cream parlor. This one is indoors, but still no seating, just so that you're aware. And also it tends to not be super busy because, again, not a lot of people know about it. So there are a ton of merchandise locations in Diagon Alley. One of my favorites is this creature shop. Basically, you're home for Pygmy Puffs, but there's all kinds of other things in here too. And you can see this snake interaction. There's all these like fun animatronics all around. Make sure you look up, look in all the windows, look at everything. And look at these owls. They're so cute. Cheep, cheep. No, that's not what owls say. Woo. Woo. Flap, flap, flap. And here's Hedwig. Isn't she beautiful? They have a couple of different things here that aren't available over in Hogsmeade that maybe not everyone is aware of. There's the owl post where you can get stationary implements like quills and things for writing, and then there's of course the Gringotts Money Exchange. I actually named the Money Exchange as one of the 5 mistakes to not make when visiting Harry Potter because you don't want to miss it. Go ahead and check out this link to see that video. Diagon Alley also has Nocturne Alley for all of your dark arts themed goodies. There's at least one merchandise shop inside. Lots of places to do your wand interaction. Super cool, especially if it's a hot day. You can definitely escape the Florida heat in here. It's probably the most popular spot in the summers. There is also an Ollivander's in Diagon Alley, however, this one moves a lot faster. And as we mentioned in our other Harry Potter video, Ollivander's was located in Diagon Alley in the book, so of course you'd want to go here. And then you have, of course, the Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. I Love this store. It's so much fun. It was originally over in Hogsmeade, and then they extended Honeydukes, and they moved it over here to Diagon Alley. It looks exactly like you pictured it to be in the books. Really, what they did with it is absolutely amazing. Pick me puff! Mrs. Miggins. Here she is. Just in case you're worried on missing out on everything they have at Honeydukes, they have the Sugar Plum Sweet Shop on this side, which has the same cauldron cakes and chocolate frogs. This one's a little bit smaller, but it's super cute. So just like Hogsmeade, where they have 2 shows that rotate on the hour and half hour, they have that here in Diagon Alley. They have a puppet show, which is the Tales of Beetle the Bard.
Spirit of the second witch Ollivander, who seized tight upon the robes of the third witch Marta, and Marta began caught upon the armour of a dismal-looking knight. The creepers took the 3 witches through the wall, and the knight after them. Asher and Alfeda were angry with them.
And then they have Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees, which is singing and dancing show. Of the 2, Celestina is probably the better show, honestly. The puppet show is cute, but it's mainly for kids, probably. What's nice, though, about over here is this area is covered. There's a wide open space. You're not in the middle of anything, and they have this nice stage right up here for the show to take place on. So if you're coming to watch, you can sit down on the ground here or stand whatever. You're not in the hot sun, the rain's fine. You can tell this whole land that they learned a lot after building Hogsmeade. Diagon Alley, everything is much wider. There's a lot more cover, a lot more merchandise shops, a lot more ways to take your money. There is one ride in Diagon Alley. It is Escape from Gringotts Bank. This is a fun ride. It's a half simulator ride, kind of like the Mummy. What I love about this ride is the queue. The queue is absolutely beautiful, and they do some revolutionary things in it. So even if you don't want to go on the ride, still walk through this queue if you can. And now that Hagrid's is open, the wait for this one isn't as bad as it used to be. For the experience, I think Diagon Alley has the win by far. It's so much more open. The wand interactions are so much better over here. All of the merchandise shops, there's a ton more. Nocturne Alley is so cool. The detail is even more amazing than Hogsmeade, which is hard to even top, honestly. So I think for your money, as long as you're okay with just the one ride, I think it's definitely much better spent at this park. I think I forgot to mention what else Diagon Alley has. A fire-breathing dragon. That trips just about everything else, I would say. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. I am tour guide Barbie. Go ahead, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Have you been to any of the other wizarding worlds aside from the one here in Orlando? Please don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us. Class dismissed. This is the way. Do you see him?
No, I can't.
You don't see Sirius? This is the overall theme of Hogshead.
What?
God. Okay. I regret this decision.
It's only 90 minutes.
I regret this decision a lot. And the wait's not going away anytime soon. I don't want to say that. Test, 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 test. You want me to say all that again? Oh, that was all very genuine. Reset and double check your times. Is that stupid? Should I do it again? That was a mouthful of solid buttercream. Is that thing out okay?
Oh.
Test, am I on? There is one ride in Diagon Alley. It is Escape from...
You went out of focus. I don't know why. Try it again.
Okay. There is one ride